Hi, today is Saturday, June 22nd. This is another repeat or experimentation of the mold making process for Asian Degrees mask making. You're probably going to hear the boys in the background because I'm listening to the boys while I do this. Instead of doing the instructions where it says 2 water to 3 tablespoons of plaster, we're going to start off with an even 50-50 mix, or equal parts. After that, we're going to do 1 tablespoon of water, or 1 tablespoon of plaster to 2 parts water. And to save myself some insanity or sanity, I bought myself a little blender from Walmart, which, hilarious story, they asked me if I wanted the warranty program, and I said, I don't think your warranty is going to cover it, so, but anyway, we're going to have fun with this, so. And this is the lovely Titania kitty. You might see her pop in and out. Okay, all right, so we have our plaster of Paris powder. We've got the mixing cup. We've got water over here. There we go, water over here. So, anyway, we're going to get this put in the blender. I'm going to turn off the turn off the camera while I blend this, so that way y'all don't have to hear the loud, annoying noise with the blender. So, here we go. Actually, let me move that. So at this point, I decided to turn the volume off on the audio because, again, as I stated earlier in the video, I was watching the boys, or halfway watching the boys while I was filming this, and it got to a part where the language was kind of vulgar, and I didn't necessarily want you necessarily to hear all that. So at this point, I have put in 2 tablespoons of water. I'm wiping off the measuring spoon, obviously opening up the plaster Paris powder, and where I'm going to add the 2 tablespoons of plaster Paris powder into the water. So again, I muted the volume on this. Now, there wasn't a lot of the mixture in there. It was too small. And now looking back on this, I think part of what is taking too long in me completing this is in between each round, I am Vaselining the left hand, putting on a glove, dealing with the Vaseline, and then getting to it. And by the time I'm able to get to the strips, the plaster is already dried and has gotten unusable at this point. So I may need this to be a 2-person operation where somebody else is handling the blender, getting it blended up. I have already got my hand or somebody else's hand coated in the releasing agent to do this. And then as soon as it gets out, we start going with the plaster Paris and the strip. All right, so we're using Vaseline still as a control, just to see if we can get through this portion of it to start. So for this part, I did speed up the video. I did not make nearly enough for this test, and as I stated earlier, it dried out fairly quickly. And I even commented that, in the video that I needed another set of hands to work on this project. So here's it sped up just a little bit. It is actually coming off quite nice. Well, it's drying fairly quickly, but yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to make a bigger batch than what I just did, so for the full experiment. as far as the exothermic reaction is concerned. It's drying fairly quickly. It's still somewhat flexy, so I'm gonna go ahead and say that probably the 2 for 1 is the way to go. I'm gonna try the half and half real quick. I'm gonna make a bigger batch of what I have first and see how this goes. We're gonna set this across the dry, and I will be back. And once again, I have muted the volume on the original video because of what was playing in the background. So here I am adding 6 tablespoons of water into the cup, followed by 6 tablespoons of plaster of Paris. Then, close the lid to the cup, and then I take it over to the blender. I'm going to speed up the video just a little bit so this process can go by just a little bit faster. So with this, once I pull it out of the blender, it kind of just plops into the bowl as you are about to see here. Yeah, it just plopped right there. And unfortunately, it takes me way too long to get the Vaseline on my hand and the glove on to be done. And by the time it gets done, it just turns into paste and is not very usable. Again, after this, the video is going to speed up. So in this portion of the video, I have decided to do 2 water to 1 plaster. So at this point here, I am adding 6 tablespoons of water into the cup, followed by 3 tablespoons of plaster of Paris. I'm not certain if it was just the fact that it was too liquidy that it went through the seals, or if I just didn't have the cup screwed on right. But when I pulled it off the blender, it leaked a little bit out of the container. So from here, the video is going to be sped up. So at this point in the video, I commented on the fact that I didn't feel like I had that sealed on right all the way. As you can see, it's fairly liquidy, so I had hoped that it would offer more time. I had poured it into the paper bowl that was off camera. And I think I took too long in getting that done. Like, I stopped to go clean up the mess that it had left on some cables and some stuff. I should have probably waited to deal with that. As you can see, I'm like off camera way too damn long. Any rate, so I mean, this may work. I'm gonna try it again, but I'm gonna want to try it again with, as I said, an extra set of hands. Any rate, at this point, it's going to speed up, and then I'm going to talk about, how I felt about this at the end of the video. So I actually, just looking over the video, remembered that I was just tossing out ideas. Was actually going to do a 3-to-1 mixture, but I think I'm going to hold off on doing that today. I'm just going to call this experiment done for today. Wait until I have an extra set of hands to do this, and try the 2 parts water to 1 part mixture again. And I was just spitballing ideas towards the end, but at any rate, this ends this video, and hopefully we'll have some future success.